You've probably never played a puzzle game quite like this one. Originality, a role-playing adventure, is an adventure RPG with a puzzle twist. The world environment is set on a grid that moves when you do. In this video, we'll be giving a full review of the game and ranking it from decaf to fully caffeinated. This is something we do regularly here at the Indie Brew, so make sure to hit that subscribe button for more indie game content. Without further ado, let's grind this game down and see how it brews. Originality has a pretty quirky story that really hits a lot of familiar notes about growing up. You play as Gemma, a young girl desperate to escape her tiny town and go on a big adventure. Found as a baby with nothing more than a strange symbol with her, Gemma is desperate to try and find her parents and find out what happened. Leaving won't be as simple as it seems, as there's a mysterious static force that has taken the world captive. This force makes certain objects immovable in an otherwise very fluid world and adds some obstacles that up the difficulty. You'll navigate through the world, visiting different towns and meeting different people, and completing different quests to see you on your way. What stands out in Originality is the quirky characters and the dialogue. The story is funny, relatable, and well written, with big underlying themes about identity and belonging that really touch on what it can feel like to be a young person growing up. So for story, I'm rating Originality, a role puzzling adventure, as bust. The gameplay of Originality is where the game really shines. Using a unique grid-based navigation system, you'll be thrown back into your childhood days playing slider puzzles, but instead of making a picture, you're just trying to get around. As you make your way through the world will move with you, with each row or column shifting depending on which direction you move. You can jump from one end of a row or column to another, provided there's nothing blocking your way, which is a mechanic you'll need to get familiar with to navigate the world. Items affected by the static force are removable. So there's times you'll need to get creative as to how you move around the world, because these items will inevitably get in your way. Objects will move with you too, and you'll often need to maneuver items to certain places by manipulating the grids to your advantage. You'll also come up against different types of monsters, and you'll need to maneuver swords to take them down and clear your path. I must say, the gameplay of Originality really took me by surprise. I hated those slider puzzles, so I didn't have high hopes going into this one, but I was pleasantly surprised with how much I really loved the grid-based movement. The game cleverly weaves puzzle solving into the gameplay without it being overly obvious, and the puzzle sections feel like they're really a part of the story. This is a really great combo of adventure RPG gameplay with puzzle gameplay, so for gameplay, I'm rating Originality, a role puzzling adventure, as fully caffeinated. Originality has a pretty unique, quirky design style. The art style is a hand-drawn, almost paper-like style, and uses layering in an interesting way to provide depth to the 2D environment. There's definitely a lot of colour in there with different themes for different locations, creating a real personality for the towns. Speaking of personality, that is there in spades for the character design, with each character having a distinct personality in how they look, which is backed up by the well-written dialogue. The music and sound effects add to the quirkiness of the game, giving a lot of drama in just the right places. Overall, it's a game with a cool, well-thought-out design that is captivating and adds a lot of depth to the game. So for design, I'm rating Originality, a role-puzzling adventure, as fully caffeinated. Originality definitely is unlike any other game I've played. The game has a really unique combination of RPG elements and puzzle elements. I've not seen this style of puzzle done in this way before, and the integration of it into the story makes you feel like you're not even playing a puzzle game at times. It's a game that really hits unique marks across the board, showing a lot of creativity in the design and implementation of the gameplay. So for Originality, I'm rating Originality, a role puzzling adventure, as fully caffeinated. Originality is one of those games that truly stands out on its own. It provides some interesting puzzle gameplay with a fun and quirky story to create a game that is engaging on so many levels. We've ground the beans, we've carefully weighed and pressed the grinds, and brewed this game down. Now, it's time for a taste test. Originality, a role puzzling adventure, is fully caffeinated. Originality, a role puzzling adventure, is available on Nintendo Switch, PS5, PC, Mac, and mobile via Netflix. Now, you can find the link in the description below. And that's where we're going to wrap up this review video. If you're looking for more indie game recommendations, click here. And until next time, stay caffeinated.